Number drill. Ready, begin. State and spell your name for the record, please. Mr. James Smith, James Smythe, and your social security number, please. 549-262929. Sir, did you give us an address? No, Your Honor. That was going to be my next question, Your Honor. Please state your address for the record. 11345 East Main Street, apartment number 45, Santa Ana, California, and your zip 90036. Mr. Smith, are you employed? Yes, I am. Where are you employed? I am employed at the Apple Store in the Brea Mall. I work for Apple Inc. How long have you worked at the Apple Store in the Brea Mall? 5 years. Does the Brea store carry the iPad and the new iPhone 6s? Yes, we carry all of the iPhones, iPads, iPod Touch, iPod Nano, iMac, and of course, all of the accessories as well. I am just curious, do you yourself own any of the Apple products? Yes, I own an iPhone and an iMac. By the way, do you remember your start date at Apple? May 10, 2010. Thank you. Sorry for the interruption, Counsel. You are welcome. By the way, what is the address of the Apple Store you currently are employed? 1024 Brea Mall, Brea, California. It is off of the 57 freeway. Sometimes people refer to it as Highway 57, but both are correct. Are the Apple Store locations referred to as branches? If so, what branch is the La Habra location? The branch I worked for was branch 202. Okay, what type of experience do you have in the technology field? I graduated from UC Berkeley with a master's degree in technology. I have worked in the industry for over 25 years. By the way, my GPA was 4.3 at Berkeley. Do you consider yourself to be an expert in the field of computers and computer terminology? Absolutely. May I take the witness on voir dire before he is designated as an expert in computers and computer technology, Your Honor? Go ahead. What is an ad hoc network? An ad hoc network refers to a network connection established for a single session and does not require a router or a wireless base station. Have you set up an ad hoc network before? Many times. Are you familiar with MySol? MySol, pronounced either My, SOL, or MySQL, is an open source database. And again, do you have experience with this and have you used it in the past? Yes, I am very familiar with it. I used it when I worked for a company back in the 80s. That is all the questions I have. No objection. I may be mistaken, but did you say you had not worked at any other stores in the La Habra Mall? No, I have not. Quick question before we go much further. When is the first time you owned a computer? I have owned a computer since I was 10 years old. Very good. Do you remember the day that Mrs. Stone entered the Apple Store in La Habra on May 13, 2011? Before I ask you that, were you working on May 13, 2011 at the Apple Store? Was that a weekend date? It is a Friday. Yes, I was working that day. I only work Fridays through Sunday. One more quick question. What is the phone number of the location you currently work, the La Habra or Brea Mall? 714-949-4300. Is that the number of the store? Do you happen to know the number of the Apple headquarters? The number to the Apple headquarters is 800-454-6727. Getting back to the date of the incident of May 13, 2011, did you work the prior day as well? May 12, 2011. I did not work on the 12th, just the 13th. Okay, thank you. May I interrupt for just a moment? You have asked him about the date of May 11th, May 12th and 13, but you have not asked him the hours of the shift he worked those 2 dates. Counsel, this is my case. Please allow me to put on my case without your constant interruptions. Now, if I am not mistaken, you stated you were working the month of May of 2011. Is that right? That's right. What typically were your hours during this period of time? The time varied. Sometimes I would work 10 to 2 if I had a short shift. Sometimes I would work 10 to 6:30 with a 30-minute lunch. So sometimes it was 8 hours and sometimes it was 4 hours. In the event you were asked to work a 4-hour shift, did that mean you would always work 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock? No, not necessarily. Sometimes I would work the later shift, which could be 4 to 9 or 5 to 9:30. It varied. On the day of the incident, May 13, what hours did you work? On that day, I worked 4 to 9 o'clock. And is that AM or PM? That was PM. How much longer do you think you will be, counsel? Not much longer before we break for lunch. It is 11:15 a.m. right now. I would like to finish up and break for lunch at 11:30. Is that all right with you, Your Honor? Yes. Thank you. I am sorry, Mr. Smith. Can I get your email address, please? Yes, it is jsmith@gmail.com. Is that the same email address you use at work? No, my work email address is james.smith@apple.org. In addition, do you have an email address you use at school? Yes, my email address at school is jsmith@usc.edu. Thank you. Getting back to the date of the incident, May 13, 2011, I understand that the Apple Store, branch 202, was robbed. A man with a gun walked in your store and held up the cashier. Are you familiar with gun calibers? Yes, I am. What caliber gun was used in the robbery of May 13, 2011? It was a .22 caliber. It was a .22? Yes, a .22. As you are aware, the defendant has been held in count 1, count 2, and count 3. Is that right? I was aware he was found guilty of count 1 and count 2. I was not aware he was found guilty of count 3. Objection. Overruled. Counsel is not precluded from bringing up evidence that the court has ruled. Continue. I would like to introduce Plaintiff's Exhibit 4 for identification. I would like to show you Exhibit 4. Plaintiff's Exhibit 4 for identification. Please look at that photograph and let me know which photograph reflects the caliber of gun used on May 13, 2011. Photograph number 5 represents the .22 caliber gun I saw on May 13, 2011. Now, photograph number 5 is actually Defense Exhibit 4. Plaintiff's Exhibit 4. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Do you remember that exact amount of money that was taken from the register on May 12, 2011? May 13, 2011? I am not sure of the exact amount. I was told it was $2,000. And who told you it was $2,000? My boss told me it was $2,350, but the officer stated it was close to $2,000 US dollars. Thank you. Did they mention whether or not any coins were taken from the register? It is my understanding that the quarters and some of the dimes were taken. I think that added up to about $43 or $53. I cannot remember. I am sorry, I forgot to ask you about your vision. Do you have 20/20 vision? I am not sure. I thought I had 20/40 the last time I took the test at the DMV. You have to have at least 20/40 to get a driver's license. By the way, what is your driver's license number? My driver's license number is N340987. Did you say your license is N340987? Yes. Can we go off the record, Your Honor? I would like to stay on the record, but if you would like to speak outside of the hearing of the jurors, I would allow it. Yes, Your Honor. I just want to verify that Your Honor will not include jury instruction number 2. I believe it is on page number 5, paragraph 7, when addressing the jury before they break for lunch. It is customary to address the jury before every recess. but I will not instruct the jury on any of the jury instructions until plaintiff's counsel has finished his case in chief. Thank you, Your Honor. What percentage of customers at the time of the robbery were female and what percentage were male? I would say 5% were female and 95% were male. I understand that Apple was having a sale on this particular day, May 13, 2011. How many weeks had the sale been ongoing? The sale had been going on for 3 or 4 weeks. Thank you. I have no more questions at this time. If it is all right with you, Your Honor, I would like to take the lunch recess at this time. The time is 11:40 a.m. We will take a 50-minute lunch recess. Please return at 12:30 p.m.